Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Weekly Review of Indian Equity Markets. Uh, So, before we head into the discussion, let me give out the standard disclaimer. I'm not a SEBI registered investment advisor, so all the indices and stocks and securities or any other instruments that we speak about here are purely from a understanding price action for the week perspective, and in no way they are uh, recommendation or solicitation of any market related activity. So please do contact your investment advisor to deal in any of the financial instruments. And thank you for joining back again. So let's now head into the conversation for the week or discussion for the week. So what you see in front of you is a chart of Nifty weekly. Uh, Clearly, Nifty has closed higher for the week. Well, what's very heartening to see is that the downward pressure, which was getting exerted for last 2 weeks, seems to have abated in the current week. And last 2 weeks also, while there was downward pressure, there were two tails visible, which clearly says that there's still some buying interest sitting uh, as far as buyers are concerned, and obviously, while the pressure was clearly exerted on the downside and there was volume expansion as well, but these two tails now establish that there definitely seems to be some kind of buying interest which was there. And this week we started with a gap up, and then we went higher, and then there was some bit of consolidation stroke correction, but we did see a sell off from the top, and this also is very close to the previous high. So this is something that one has to kind of keep note of. Nifty tried to take out the previous high but kind of failed there. Let's see this action a little more closely. So this is the gap opening on on Monday. We opened higher. So this is where we closed on Thursday, Friday being a holiday, 21,328, and then we had a 200-point gap up. Let's just measure the gap as well. The wrong tool in place. So we had approximately, you know, 0.4, 0.5% kind of gap opening, and then we moved higher. Then the next day we saw a sell off while we resisted the bottom of the previous week, or bottom of the opening candle, and then the next day again we tried to go down, but buyers came and tried to push higher, and then we are seeing two candles of some bit of selling pressure coming back into the environment. So are we forming a contraction pattern here before we take off again? Is something that we'll have to definitely keep an eye on. But very clearly, what you see here is a contraction. Can we form another contraction like this? Like this, and then take off. Is that a possibility on the daily candle? Answer is yes, highly possible and highly probable. This is one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is uh, we may continue to consolidate in this region, and then something like this can also happen. So we cannot rule out the possibility of both. But at this point of time, given the buying pressure and the strength which is playing out in the market, that's a probable scenario. But having said that, given the way this is a possible scenario, and given that micro and macro are fairly positive, I think a element of bad news unknown can can kind of cause some bit of pain in this market. The Nifty on the whole, if you see, is printed a decent candle, I would say, because you can't have a candle, you can't have a week where previous pain just gets kind of completely uh, negated, and we keep moving higher at without any consolidation. So this was clearly a downward move, right? And this was fairly painful one. Uh, and then after that, we are not seeing any downward move, right? This was another painful move lower. So this kind of opportunity is something that we are waiting for, and that's when possibly we should be able to deploy much more capital than what we have at this point of time in the market today. 10%, 10, 11% downward move would be test of 19,870, and it's not a bad place to be. So broadly, this is what how we see the structure of Nifty. Let's look at Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is a weaker index at this point of time. Has So what you saw in Nifty was clearly a move towards conquering previous high, whereas in case of Bank Nifty, what we are seeing is we are still in a lower high kind of environment. Do we consider this as a so this is a higher low, but we still are yet to take out the previous high, and we are fairly far away from there. So Bank Nifty remains a problem child, and within Bank Nifty, I think it's HDFC Bank which is definitely causing some bit of stress. And the State Bank of India results were also out yesterday. While I have not gone through it, but one figure which got highlighted, which kind of made a blipping, which seemed like a miss, was definitely increase in provisional provisions for bad loans. So that's something, and overall, I think Pat also has been muted for this quarter. So that's something that we'll have to see, and let us see the earnings if we can see the so Q4, Q2. No, we can't see the earnings here, so let's not spend too much time here. But what SBI tried to do is it tried to make a higher high on that particular day, but then I think there's definitely a decent volume which has come and hit. So let us see how things pan out from here. But so if I were to visualize the structure here now, right? Uh, do we see this, and do we see this, or do we see something like this? And then take off. So, so it's worth wait and watch as far as State Bank of India is concerned. But these two plus Kotak are other segments which are definitely bothering Bank Nifty, and we at some point of time let's see how things pan out from here. Sorry. So as we can see, let's get back to Bank Nifty. Yeah, and let's hide all these things. So this is a stage on a daily time frame. We try to, and there is a stage breakdown. Then we are trying to see if we can get back into the stage, but remove 13 drawings. Yeah. Now let's see from a daily moving averages how does things look like. So look at the RS trend. Now let's take out 500 and just put Nifty 50 in place. Look at the R strength. It's consistently moving down. So there's a test from 200 DMA, there's a test of 50 DMA and a failure around it. Is this a common phenomena? Yep. See, there's a console playing out here. So do we form something like this here? Or do we see a breakdown from here is another important point. So where are the pivots for Nifty Bank? There's a pivot here, which is at 43,000. There's a pivot here, which is at 42,000. So overall, Bank Nifty structure wise is not in great shape for sure. And we still have a problem at hand as far as Bank Nifty is concerned. This is the previous consolidation range. We've tested here and we've tried to move higher, and also this was a test of 200 EMA. So let us see how things pan out from here, but it's definitely a case of wait and watch as far as Bank Nifty is concerned. Yeah, one index which is doing consistently doing well and making fresh highs is infra, and it continues to get fillip from the budget and government thrust on the infra spending and activity around growth as far as India is concerned. So this is one index which has consistently moved higher, and look at the distance uh, from key moving averages. The test of 200 EMA is not a rarity as far as this is concerned. So if test of 200 DMA happens, then we'll have a wide range problem. But if test of 50 or 200 DMA happens, then we definitely will have a test of 50 DMA would be very healthy correction as far as Nifty infra is concerned. Now, one index which is doing well is Nifty IT. So last week when we were having the conversation, we said that on a weekly chart, let's just take out all the drawings. So on weekly chart, we had this data in place, and we said that Nifty IT is in a range of is having kind of test of flag. Now, there was a so this was the kind of flag structure that we had visualized as far as weekly chart is concerned, and there was a probability that we may have a test of flag and then move higher. But let us see. Last week's candle was positive, and this is definitely on back of what is happening in US markets. One interesting thing I notice now is RS breakout. The Nifty IT has now staged RS breakout, and it can lead to a significant uptick. It is definitely a very positive sign. It is a very positive sign, and other index which is in a great shape and is metal. On a weekly chart, Nifty Metal had a long-term consolidation, and then it broke out, made two candles out here with long tail, and then we have broken out and have broken into a higher ground, new ATH, which is the other sector which has similar structure. This is Nifty Pharma. So without too much noise, in a matter of no time, Nifty Pharma has again delivered substantial returns, and nobody has noted it yet. If you were to see very, very long term structures of the industry, so Nifty Pharma has made a significant high at this point of time, and it is clearly and one good thing and pretty surprising thing is that it has not yet come in the radar of any large buying activity. It's kind of flying under the radar and made a significant move as far as Nifty Pharma is concerned, and it would be one of the best performing indices for the year. So broadly, if you see, I think Nifty Bank is kind of causing some bit of stress in the market, or else the overall structure of the market continues to remain higher high. Auto index has printed another large high. FMCG is consolidating, has tested the previous breakout zone, and from RS point of view, it's not in great shape, but yeah, there's a good test out which is happening. Uh, Auto we have already discussed. Nifty 500 structure is again great. Now there's another breakout in Nifty 500 structure. So just a second. There's another flag breakout this week as far as Nifty 500 structure is concerned. So it's a heady mix of what is happening in the market. People can remain in disbelief for a long period of time without allocating money, but this market is continues to surprise everyone to no end. It's a huge rally out there, advantage India out there. 5% up move in small cap. The Nifty small cap index has delivered 21% return in last 3 months. What would you speak about this rally? It is just going berserk. The PSU Bank index has done 30% return in last 6 months, in last 3 months. This is rocket ship, and these are the movers and shakers of the market. So clearly, this pocket of the market is led by such significant moves in sorry, extremely sorry about that. So very clearly, PSU pocket is in a different phase, different way of operation at this point of time, and it's phenomenal the way these stocks are moving. Just crazy rally has got fueled in Indian market. So let's look at few of the other important indices that we look at. I noticed something interesting. Let me present to you. Look at what is happening in Kospi. So this is something that we possibly thought can play out. So let us see if the consolidation halts here and we make a move higher here. And if this were to be correct, if Kospi were to take off, then it is definitely a positive index for Asian markets because this shows inflows coming into Asian markets. So South Korea is one of the first markets to receive inflows. Uh, and now let's come back to what is happening in US markets, which is what we continue to track. The Nifty, Nasdaq has made an all-time high, and the close has been very solid. S&P 500 has made a clear high, and it is phenomenal. So we were tracking this breakout playing out, this kind of cup and handle. So we said this is a breakout. Then this was a cup and handle breakout, which would also coincide with the test of these levels. And then we are heading much higher. This- So these are pockets of opportunity which is playing like never before. Let's look at Dow Jones, which has again made a fresh high. Uh, this is another area we were tracking, and this is a sorry, not this one. We're talking about small cap, US small cap, which is Russell. Yeah, Russell is here. So, around November 5th, 6th, this is where we started turning positive about Russell, or we put this in the radar, and this was also covered in the video that week. That, Russell has taken support here and then trying to move higher. Now, if this were to come on its own, imagine the up move that you would see in US markets. And one beautiful thing is, sorry, look at the way it's taken support at 200 DMA and just getting ready to move much higher. I think overall this is a good opportunity across global markets, especially in US market. Small cap is an opportunity where you'll see some stocks flying like never before. Uh, Another interesting piece of information that I want to show, which is a clear reflection of what has happened in budget at this point of time, is then key indicators. Indian 10-year bond. This is beautiful chart. Now, kept speaking about the probability that can play out in Indian markets in 10-year bond. And look at the way 10-year bond has responded after the budget. There's a fiscal discipline which finance minister has vowed to stay stay the course. And look at the way the market has reacted. Market has reacted sharply. So we have seen a almost 10-12 basis point of correction this week, and this is a significant uptick as far as the Indian 10-year bond yield is concerned, a downtick as far as the Indian 10-year bond yield is concerned. It's a beautiful opportunity. I think you should capture this opportunity. One should have captured this opportunity because we kept talking about it for many, many weeks and months to investors. In fact, years as well to a lot of investors. And look at the way things have panned out. I think we are in a great space as far as 10-year bond yield is concerned, and we'll definitely see a significant down move with this kind of bond yield slowing down. So I think broadly we are in a good structure. Markets uh, are testing newer highs every day, every week. Now, one thing which has happened yesterday is that government has increased windfall gains on all marketing companies, which essentially means and almost kind of doubled those tariffs. So windfall tax gain used to be 1700 per barrel, I think. I'll have to see the exact number, but it's kind of doubled. It's moved from 1700 to 3200, I guess. And that would definitely have an impact on stocks like Reliance and most of these PSU oil marketing companies. So let's look at Reliance chart. So one big knock had come to Reliance when last time government did that windfall tax gain concept. I think that was somewhere here. This one day Reliance fell like 7-8%. Not sure which week it was, but it did fall. Uh, so now that Reliance has made a new all-time high, and look at the way it's broken out, and we spoke about this breakout playing out right here, and it's there on my Twitter handle. So I think there are big opportunities coming up, coming across. So one should kind of be patient to take take such opportunities or grab such opportunities with both the hands. Uh, Now, obviously, market is in a phase where the valuations are extremely expensive. You talk to any fund manager, he speaks about the same. And a lot of fund managers who are sitting on cash are waiting for the right opportunity to come their way. So, with that, let me thank you for joining in the session once again. And it was so the last week, the way things market played out is extremely positive, and budget definitely adds to that positive sentiment as far as the market is concerned. Uh, Looking forward to catching up again next week and have a great weekend. Thank you.